Hello there, welcome back to Tech and Cash. I hope you are doing well. So today we're going to do some starting hand analysis. So we're gonna look through a couple starting hands here and decide how we're gonna play this hand. So yeah, if you want to play along, maybe you can pause the video as well when we see the starting hand, so you can decide for yourself what you're gonna play. All right. This is not a bad starting hand. Let's take a look. So you got the brand, so potentially you can pick up birds in the tray. And the birds in the tray is not bad. The yellow throat, good wetland option. And then you have the bowerbird. It's a cheap bird that you can play usually in the forest or in the grassland. To give you extra access to food. The black shoulder kite is an interesting one. The black shoulder kite, if you get lucky, you can get 3 eggs in a turn by giving your opponent a rodent. But really, if you miss it, then it's painful. Yeah, I kind of like the brand here. Use the brand, pick up 3 birds. Is there anything else that I want to do here? Maybe the peaceful dove, so you can get some eggs in the forest as well. And then even the white throat, you can get extra eggs with the teal power. Typically this seems kind of greedy, but I think this kind of worked because of the nectar, right? Because you have 3 foods, so you can use 2 to play brand, and then you still have 1 more food that you can either play the peaceful dove or the bowerbird in the forest to get things started. And then the white throat is gonna work out quite well because sounds like you have you at least get 2 eggs with this start here. And then throughout the game, hopefully 8 or 9 eggs. Yeah, I don't know, I really like this. Bran, maybe dove, Bran, dove, and then gain food to gain some egg, and then play bowerbird, and then gain food, play lesser white throat, and then play the yellow throat. I think this would be a pretty solid starting hand here. All right. Ooh, this is a good one too. So one of my favorite bird in Oceania, the Princess Stephanie Astropia. So you get egg in the forest. And then what else do you want? You want a wetland option. Mechanical engineer, such a great bonus card, no question about it. So wetland option, either go with the Avocet. It's a cheap 2 food for 4 points. Or you can go with the Eagle here. Big points, potentially score additional points when you look for cards. So is that extra 1 food worth the 3 points or some cashes? Let's see. In terms of, I mean, the Seagull is quite good for the last end of round 2, so I'm kind of inclined to go with the Seagull here. Yeah. I kind of want to play this out for a little. This is an interesting one. Let's see if it works out the way, I planned it for. So you get those 3, right? And then oh, Kakapo is such a good bonus card bird, so maybe you pick that up here, since you don't really need the nectar to play any birds anyway. Oh, California Quail, even more eggs in the forest, so alright. And then you play Peaceful Dove. Extropia. And then here, I guess you gain 1 nectar, 1 grain, so that you lay 1 eggs here. You're kind of slow, 1-to-1 exchange. And then I guess you take the rodent here. Yeah, I guess if you see your opponent play the Astropia, maybe you don't really need the dove eggs here, but I think in this case you play the Bowerbird. And then you gain eggs to play this, game free to play the 2 birds. So Estropia run out of egg spots, so better play some birds. Before you gain food again. In this case, take all the nectar that you can. Yeah, I'm not gonna play the shoulder kite here if I'm gonna be gaining eggs with other means. It is unfortunate that there's no grain. Yeah, there's no grain to get eggs from the dove, but that's fine. So here, do you gain food or do you draw for card? I think you gain food here because you can roll for nectar. So yeah, look, that's kind of worth it. You gain 2 nectar. All right. Yeah, you want to play them here so that you can gain free egg with the white throat. So play the yellow throat. In this case, I guess you dig for card now and see what else can you get. The thing in the trade that you really want, right? Not shell duck, not bush larks, and you already have other egg sources. Tree creeper is interesting, but usually I think it's only good as your first forest bird. Discard 1 egg. I mean, I can really use it to play the other bird. I mean, I'm kind of interested if that's gonna work out. To quickly build your forest here, but let's see. Oh, not you. Ooh, no cash. That's unfortunate. Yeah, the tree creeper would be kind of interesting here. I think the red leg partridge is usually good here in Oceania board because you get to lay so many eggs. But since, you know, in this game, you're gonna get free eggs from your opponent and you're gonna get eggs from the dove, I'm not quite sure if it's worth investing 3 free into a 1-point birds and hope to run it late game. I think in Oceania there's such a strong bias for just running a game where you play a lot of big point birds. So I think I'd rather go digging here. So I want to go digging before I play the white throat last turn. So let's see. Ooh, blackbird. That's an interesting one. Common loon, flamingo. Ooh, golden eye. Not feeling strongly about flamingo here. Feel like it's low points and not sure how often, you know, you'll be drawing cards with this board here. Yeah, inclined to keep the big point birds and birds that give you eggs, even though there's no cavity nest in sight yet. Yeah, maybe the golden eye doesn't make too much sense because like 5 birds down there's still cavity nest. And then in this case, yeah, what would happen here if you do this? Does it make sense? Well, this you definitely want to play the white throat. Ooh, you can play the white throat and get 3 eggs. That's not a bad deal. Yeah. And then in this case... And then play the quill. Yeah, I want to play the California quill. Play another bird. Okay. You can't play. You don't have enough eggs. Oh, you need 2 eggs to play the California quill. Okay. Yeah, you have to pay the normal egg cost. Wow, that was a miscalculation. Alright. Wow. Good thing I learned in the practice than the actual games. Yeah. So in that case, maybe it's not quite worth it to play the tree creeper. The tempo just feel kind of off there. And then with that mistake, I'm gonna waste two nectar as well. So that's pretty unfortunate. So yeah, that was the first hand. Let's take a look at the second hand here. Let's see. Ooh, I love the Horsefield Bronze Cuckoo. You get to lay eggs in a small bird. In this case, potentially the Wobbler. So yeah, and then maybe wetland option, the Wedge-tail Hawk. Ecologist bonus card, sure. Wedge-tail Eagle. Anything in the tray. The only thing that jump out to me is the boobies. Abbott's Booby is such a good card to score big points. But I think this is a pretty good start. You know, maybe play the Wobbler, gain food, play the Cuckoo, and the Wedge-tail Hawk as your wetland option. Pretty good start. Let's see. Ooh, there's no forest option, but the thing that jump out to me is the Diver. For good card draw. The question is, can you make the Bald Eagle work? There is 2 fish, so potentially you can play the Bald Eagle and then use the free fish from the Bald Eagle to play the Diver. Something like that. Yeah. Even though you only lay 1 eggs, and then you play, but you just built such a good points tempo at the beginning. I kind of inclined to feel like this is worth it. Maybe the Viticulturalist here because it's 2 for 3 points. I don't think the Wobbler here make a lot of sense because extending your wetland to second bird doesn't bring you too much benefit here. The other thing that I might consider keeping is the White Throated Swift, so that when you lay eggs, you gain extra eggs. Yeah. Even though that's not a lot of egg spots. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's more or less it. In this hand, play the Hooded Wobbler, gain food, play Cuckoo. And then gain food to play the Wedge-tail Hawk as your wetland options. And then in this case, play the Bald Eagle, gain 2 fish, and then you lay eggs, play Diver and start digging. And hope for a forest option there. Yeah. Interesting start. Start that would never work with base game, you know, with all the big point birds and, you know, double grub bird, in this case Bald Eagle, but I think it makes a lot of sense. You build an early lead in points and you get a good wetland option for card digging. Alright, maybe we'll look at another starting hand here. Let's see, another pair of starting hand. Ooh, I saw Shift Shaft, so this is an interesting one. So I like the cuckoo in Oceania, but there's no bonus. Maybe you can potentially go with the wobbler here. The stubble quill is also another good option to get eggs very quickly. Cuckoo, stubble quill. No wetland option, but I did see the common shift shaft. So I think going first, you can probably, you know, use the nectar to gain 2 cards. So in this case, maybe shift shaft and the chickadee. So you solve your wetland and forest options, and then keep the cuckoo for late game, and then quill. Quill, I think is worth it. 1 food for 4 points, and you potentially gain more eggs to set up your tempo in early game. So yeah, kind of what I'm inclined to go with here. What's the second hand here, right? Ordering goes, great option as well, digging for more cards in the wetland. The only thing is there's not too many force option. The only thing that's happening is maybe the Rosella, but I'm not feeling strongly about the Rosella. It's a bird that you can play immediately. It costs 3 food, and the power is just okay. Bird counter, okay. Yep, bird counter can work with the goal. What other things do you want to keep? Can teal and gold be a good wetland full tug? I don't think so, since teal is not guaranteed tug, and yeah, I don't think it's worth the gamble going for full tug here. I mean, yeah, this 3 looks like a very sketchy full tug here. I don't think it's worth it, especially the end of round goals are pretty eggs heavy as well. So I'm inclined to keep the goal, and then maybe dig for cards. Maybe keep the Harrier as an option for the grassland to score first in the round. These are good birds to play anyway in the grassland. Something like this. Yeah. So in this case, anything good? Ooh, hummingbird. No rush to pick up hummingbird, you know. If your opponent wants to play the hummingbird to give you food, I think that's typically fine. In this case, play this to make sure you can pick up cards if anything good show up. Goldcrest. Yeah, Goldcrest is interesting, but at the same time, there's no good eggs option to make Goldcrest work. I mean, it's interesting option. So you play the Goldcrest with the nectar, and then Raven, and not the Raven, Harry with the rodent, your legs. You can potentially build something there. Yeah, let's play this out and see how this works. Ooh, green woodpecker. It's good for the second and the round goal here, so. Alright. Australian magpie. Don't really like this bird because the power takes a lot of planning and the returns feel kind of low. 3 food for 4 points to start with. Brown falcon though. Brown falcon feel like a good kind of engine birds, but not exactly looking for engine bird here, are we? What I need is to dig for a bonus here so that I can make cuckoo work. So emu now. Well, big point birds, you take it, but emu probably has to go. And then in this case, yeah, you play this. Still no bonus. You really want to find that bonus. And there's no rush to pick up food in the feeder because there's no nectar. Platform nest, okay. Oh wow, that bonus is so hard to find. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's see one more date. Wow, that's Wingspan, you know, when you want a bonus, like you just can't find it. Do you keep all the big point birds here and sacrifice the sparrow? But you need the extra eggs to play all these birds, so but I guess you use the quill to get those eggs. Yeah. Alright. I just want to play this out and see if this makes sense. Yeah. Alright. I guess in this case you still need to dig for card one more time so you can discard and use the gold crest power to play maybe the hummingbird or the woodpecker here. Or any of this. Yeah. Alright. So yeah, that was the starting hand here. Yeah, I mean in this game I guess you're going for the big point birds here. Quite unfortunate that, you know, not finding that bonus early enough, but should be able to gain quite a good amount of eggs from the quill to jumpstart your game. And then if you can build up a good forest, you can put a lot of big point birds to build some early lead. In this case, I guess, you know, good card draw, you know, gold crest, potentially build up some temples to build a forest quickly. Really just, you know, need to dig for those big point birds. Yeah, in any case, those are the starting hands that, you know, we have reviewed together today. Yeah, let me know, what do you think? What would you have done with some of these starting hands here, and what did I miss? As always, I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.